Good afternoon to our viewers from the East Coast, here to Ontario and Manitoba, and good morning to those watching out in British Columbia. Welcome back to Day 6 of the Canadian National Basketball Championships. The bronze medal game between Quebec and Alberta just happened for the women's side. Alberta holding on to become the victors of that third place finish after a tough fought week. Up for grabs now, the bronze medal on the 15 under boys side featuring British Columbia and Alberta. JJ Evison alongside Haley Hopkinson for this one. These two teams met once in this tournament, and it was quite the back and forth battle. 90-86, Alberta the victors in that one. Haley, what can those teams take from that game and implement today, and who are you looking for in terms of Alberta to get the scoring going?
Yeah, well, we had a really great battle the first time we saw these two teams play, and that's the thing. Every time we've seen a repeat matchup in nationals so far, the elevation has been very exciting. And for Alberta, one person that I'm definitely keeping my eyes on, regardless of how talented this entire roster is Mikhail Francis. In his last game against Quebec that sent them here to this third place finishing game here, he had 16 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. He does absolutely everything on this court, and he's that one person that can really give them a boost on the defense or offense when they're feeling a little down on themselves. We saw them kind of, I think, at the end of the game against Quebec get a little down, and then all of a sudden we had a 3-point game. So he's definitely someone that's going to be able to keep the spirits up for this Alberta team throughout the entire 40 minutes, which is really important for them in today's game.
Logan Spack from British Columbia put 38 on Alberta the last time they met, but you're looking for somebody else to step up in this game. Haley, who is that?
Absolutely. It's going to be Sam Shapotkin in his game against Ontario. 22 points for him. And the way that BC played against Ontario, they took the loss there to come to this third place game here, but regardless, the way they played in that first half was absolutely incredible. A more, not worse second half, but Ontario had adjusted and they had a more difficult time, but someone to stay consistent that entire time was Shapotkin, giving them absolutely everything they needed, and he's going to be a big piece in this game along with Logan Spack.
Benjamin Seva opens the scoring for British Columbia with the running hook shot off the glass. Your officials for this bronze medal match are Turgut Karatop, Kevin Jung, and Matt Whipple. The response from Alberta is a deep three. Here's Spotkin handing it off to Marcus Tyler down low. So Meek Francis with the deep three response. That left calf looking of no concern to him after we saw him kind of massaging it out during yesterday's match against Quebec. Nathaniel Osei-Bodu gets to the rack, no good. Francis with the rebound, looking ahead for Newman. Newman can't corral the pass, and Spotkin with the steal. Finds Osei-Bodu charging down the right-hand side. He slows up, tries to use the glass to get it over Tyler McGlisco. That doesn't go. British Columbia ball on the baseline.
In Alberta's semifinals match yesterday, only 13 turnovers for the team. It was their lowest amount of turnovers in nationals so far, so an early one for them, but staying disciplined, not wasting possession is going to be another key in this game.
Spack dials it from distance right over top of Lucas Thomas, who is closing in on him rather quickly.
Now, Spack always gets the more difficult matchups in every game we've seen so far. Excel.
Good ball movement. Cohen Deck finds Tyler McGlisco down low, and he makes no mistake.
Shot variety is going to be a key here for Alberta. They shot 12 for 32 from the three-point line yesterday, but nearing the end of that game when it came close and the three-point ball was not going the way that they wanted to, they were kind of out of options. So variety here and ball movement, it's going to be a key. Of course, not pulling away from that three-point shot, as they have some phenomenal shooters, but definitely work in some other parts of their game as well.
Both teams shot 44% from the field in that 90-86 victory for Alberta. Alberta 2 percentage points higher in terms of the three-point shot. Spack finds Osei-Bodu with the left. Newman will settle it back down with Thomas on the top side. Picked up by Osei-Bodu. Back to the weak side, McGlisco. Was leaking in from the far side underneath the basket. The pass hit the rim. And now Shpak gives it to Shpotkin. Shpotkin to Osei Bodu. Over the first few days of this tournament, Nathaniel Osei Bodu really left a mark on the defensive side of the ball, and then in that game against Quebec yesterday, showed what he could do offensively, getting his team repeatedly back into the contest and with some of those leads.
Absolutely. Someone who was also really pushing the pace, and we know against a very quick and speedy Ontario team who uses that transition basketball a lot, it was really great to kind of counter that. And yeah, the way that BC played yesterday in the first half was absolutely outstanding. Their defense and their zone that they were working with, and not kind of playing to how Ontario wanted them to, really out on them. They did a great job of really reading the other team's offense, and we're seeing that again today.
It was a 2-point game at the half. Ontario ended up winning 110-81. Meek Francis' mid-range off the mark. Osei Bodu head up, looking for a lane. Nothing there, so he finds Shpotkin. Calmly into the three, and that finds its way through the bottom. Cohen Deck goes end to end, a little out of control, leaning into the body of Marcus Tyler. Osei Bodu, too strong. Shpak couldn't corral the loose ball. Out of bounds early on. British Columbia ahead by 4. Arseny Kasper comes in for Alberta, a guy who had 9 rebounds yesterday, 6 of them on the offensive glass. So understand, if you're British Columbia, who number 9 is, what his role is. And right now, Thomas is fighting for rebound space against Kasper. Shpotkin gets to the rack, scoop score, baiting Tyler McGlisco into the foul and one opportunity.
Oh, when he's out in transition, it's next to impossible to stop him. There was great defense on him. He just always finds a way, whether it's underhand or slowing down his pace, to find a good look at the basket.
Ahead, no one back to pick up Kai Newman. Easy 2 points for Alberta.
Newman having 20 points yesterday against Quebec. He's been a top scorer for Alberta this entire contest, so leaving him open is never good.
Shpak's second three. One dribble to the right, looked fluid, looked in rhythm. McGlisco from the corner. Better believe it. Trading buckets early in the bronze medal game. Too strong from the hands of Logan Shpak. McGlisco leaking out the backside. Alberta finding plenty of time and space by running the floor. British Columbia caught sleeping, getting back in those transition opportunities.
Yeah, second time there, and we saw BC yesterday kind of put on a little bit of a press, but the press works and double teaming works unless Alberta's able to recognize that extra man who doesn't have anyone on him, which they've done twice now.
Thomas. Kasprick from behind is Logan Shpak rejecting that out of bounds. So Alberta ball on the 19 on the clock. Mikhail Francis fades to the perimeter. Front iron, Shpotkin with the rebound. His second of the game. Into the paint, Euro steps, loses the grip. Kasprick knocks it out of bounds. Francis tries to save it, no good. Alberta will bring in Chase Shirley, a little bit more length and size to replace Tyler McGlisco. Shpak gets space against the smaller Thomas. Newman has to pull it out. Thomas attacks the paint, finds Newman in the corner. The pass just off the mark for the catch and shoot. Now it's Francis top side, leaking in. Shirley finds Thomas. Thomas front irons it, gets his own rebound. Kai Newman bottom. Locked and loaded, Kai Newman ready to shoot at any given time. Shpakin ignores the screen, gets bumped, but no call, doesn't matter. The finger roll finish is good for Kai Newman, who's dealing with a few injuries. He had his left quad taped up yesterday. The elbow got banged up yesterday as well against Ontario. You'll have to drag him off the court. That type of competitor. Thomas with the floater, too strong. Kasper clearing out space, forces Marcus Tyler into an error.
Kasper, for Team Alberta, I would say, is definitely one of the players who has taken the biggest step up throughout Nationals. Of course, he started off strong, but the way he played yesterday in the semis and already early today, a lot more minutes. He was fighting for those minutes, and he definitely got them and earned them.
Dominic Ogorek into the game. Dollywall takes the intended pass. Finds Shpak, and now it's Osei Bodu spinning into the lane. Back out to Shpakin. He squares up, too strong. Francis, another defensive rebound. Cohen-Deck calls for it the whole way, gets the pass, lays it in off glass. 3-point game in favor of British Columbia. Shpak uses those long strides to create a little bit of separation, and that's all he needs.
Oh, he's up to 10 points already. Shpakin right behind him with 8. They're definitely dominating this offense for BC early.
Francis takes the handoff. Wants the iso ball against Shpak. Cohen-Deck ready to shoot, and why not let it go? When you get a pass right in the bread basket, all you got to do is elevate and release.
Oh, yeah, and they're 4 for 7 right now from the three-point line. Great start.
Osei Bodu working inside, twisting, turning, leaves it short. Ogorek. Defensive rebound finds Cohen-Deck. Ogorek has a lane. He's going to pull it back out. Toes on the line. Back iron. Shirley with the rebound. 10 on the shot clock. Cohen-Deck tries to shake loose, in and out. Shpakin, another rebound. Head up, trying to push the pace yet again. Somebody's got to stop the ball, and when no one does, Sam Shpakin will get to the rack and finish off glass.
Everyone doing a great job of getting back, but for however long those shots are going to go in and no one's going to stop him, why would he have to dish it out? Easy points for them.
Back cut, Francis, 2 one-handed jam. He went up with 2, almost threw it down with 2, and at the last second decided he wanted a little more oomph on the throwdown.
Yeah, wants to ignite his team a little more, but 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists for him, getting involved in this game everywhere possible.
Osei Bodu, tween, elevates off glass. High scoring first 10 minutes of this bronze medal match. Both teams firing at high clips. British Columbia 55%, Alberta 45%. That one rolls around and falls to Balshan Dollywall. Shpakin trying to get to the rack again. Rebound, Arseny Kasprick. There's a lane for Cohen-Deck. Dollywall gets back and blocks that attempt.
Well, Dollywall's been fantastic and exactly what BC needs, as Julka, one of their bigger guys who had a great run in the beginning of this tournament, is out with a knee injury, his left knee. So Dollywall definitely having to step up in these big moments, and he's done a great job of doing that.
Lucas Thomas to inbound for Alberta. Ogorek on the far wing, wants a screen from McGlisco, steps back, it's a deep 2, front iron, everybody fading to the three-point line, no one following the shot. British Columbia come away with it. Osei Bodu, not deterred from the pressure. Top 6-point game. British Columbia ahead. Thomas inside. Foul called. And Lucas Thomas will go to the free throw line. The 5'9" guard from Edmonton. Looking to make it less of a deficit for Alberta before the first quarter break.
Alberta yesterday shooting 15 for 18 from the free throw line, not getting sent to the line too many times, but then for BC, they sent Ontario to the line for 29 shot attempts.
Thomas makes good on the pair. 5.1 left in the opening 10. Shpotkin quickly, 2 feet set, just too strong. And at the end of the first quarter, British Columbia have a 4-point lead in the battle of British Columbia and Alberta for the bronze medal. We will take a quick break and be back with more action here. You're watching the Canadian and National Basketball Championships live on Canada Basketball's YouTube page. Sam Shpotkin combining for 20 of British Columbia's 28 points in the first quarter, but Alberta able to take advantage of a couple of complacent back checks from British Columbia and get a couple of buckets easy as well.
Yeah, well, that most definitely can't happen. And yesterday we saw BC puts not a full court press, but a little bit of a press, and feel like maybe they're attempting to do that, but leaving some players wide open here. But continuing to see that press would be great and beneficial for them here. And of course, Shpotkin and Spack doing exactly what they need to do. And when Shpotkin's going downhill so quickly, pushing that transition, he's extremely dangerous.
Cohen Deck with the steal to the rack. A little out of control. Loose ball. Shpotkin has it. He's going to go all the way. And Sam Shpotkin cannot be stopped early in this contest.
No, he definitely can't. And the way he's able to finish with these fast break and moving the pace so well, it's difficult. You just got to take it out of his hands as early as possible.
He's got 3 boards and 2 assists to go at 12 points now. Blocked on the backside by Ren Hetherington. Lucas Thomas did get some contact, so 2 free throws for number 2 from Alberta. And he's already 2 for 2 from the line.
A little bit slower start for Lucas Thomas scoring-wise. Only 2 points right now. Yesterday versus Quebec, 24 points from him. Definitely did a great job, but only down by 6 here for Alberta, and if they can get Lucas Thomas and his three-point ball going a little bit more and the way he pushes the pace and gets some transition, then Alberta definitely has an advantage of pulling away with the lead a little bit here before the half.
Thomas goes 1 for 2 from the line. 5-point game in this battle for bronze. Spack looking on the inside for Dollywall. Dollywall, good footwork, nice spin move. Blows by Arseny Kasprick and gets to the rack. Thomas working left into the lane, and he's so crafty, getting low, extending his strides. He'll work left and then finish with the right-handed scoop shot. If you try and swat that, odds are you're getting armed. Spotkin pulls up, too strong. Dollywall rebound. Finds Osei Bodu relocating on the far side. He goes one-on-one with McGlisco, dumps it off to Dollywall, who can't complete the play, and Alberta have possession.
Well, it was a good attempt there, but when the ball is kicked out there by Dollywall and all Alberta players are in the paint, maybe working a little more around the perimeter with BC could have been a benefit.
Thomas again. That time it's Osei Bodu committing the foul. Team second. Francis back into the game for Alberta, so just a quick 2-minute breather for number 11. One possession game. Nearly 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Osei Bodu now realizing the time and space, just too strong. He rips that away from Lucas Thomas. Jump stop, gets to the rack, finishes. And that's how you make up on the offensive side. BC doing a good job keeping it on the perimeter. Kai Newman with the offensive rebound. Dismisses Ren Hetherington and lays it in for two. Osei Bodu right into the body of Francis. Doesn't go, and Francis looking ahead finds Newman. Newman into the paint, kicks to the wing. Thomas will shoot, back iron and bottom. We are all tied at 34.
8 points for Lucas Thomas in this quarter already, getting him going. Exactly what we thought it would do. Ties up this game, and he's someone you definitely need all the benefits from him.
Loose ball. Dollywall comes away with it, takes it to the rack. Count the basket and the foul. Ball Sean Dollywall, the 6'6 forward from Vancouver, doing more than what the coaching team has asked of him.
Absolutely. We know he's so great defensively, but to get him scoring as well can just be another edge that BC can bring into this finals matchup here.
Benjamin Seva into the game, so is Dominic Ogorek. Dollywall makes good on the extra point. Francis working on Spack. Newman takes the handoff. Too strong. Dollywall, another rebound. Here comes Seva. Seva takes it right into the body of Ogorek, who did a good job staying vertical. Alberta back on the hunt. Newman going to swing it. Glisco comes up. Thomas turns the corner. Tucks the ball, gets to the rack and lays it in. He does such a good job at absorbing the contact and staying on balance. Seva attacks, hands it off to Shapotkin. The floater from the baseline is good.
And Shapotkin's leading this game with 14 points right now, being just so unstoppable for BC, and Alberta haven't been able to find a solution to him yet.
Offensive foul, turnover, British Columbia back with the momentum. An income 3 for Alberta. Briar Ricci, Cohen Deck, and Arseny Kasprick. So looking for a little bit more on the offensive glass if you're Alberta, and that's exactly what Kasprick brings to the game. Hard to box out. Got to put a body on him early. There's a shot clock malfunction, so we will reset on the side. They'll take a few ticks off that shot clock.
Yeah, Kasprick being 6'4", but we saw him yesterday do a great job of working with Gauthier with Quebec, 7'4". So he's definitely used to not having the height advantage, but playing as big as possible.
Cohen Deck gets to the rack, count the basket, the foul, a rather sloppy one from Logan Spack, who just slaps at the ball, and Spack's been held scoreless here in the second quarter.
Spack is someone that gets into foul trouble in nearly every game. He's aggressive, but again, like you were saying, it comes down to those kind of reach-ins, the unnecessary fouls. Yesterday, he played the entire fourth quarter with 4 personal fouls. Something obviously you want to avoid with his scoring ability, but like you're saying, when he's scoreless in this quarter, it kind of gets maybe a little flustered when he's not scoring and contributing as much as we know everyone knows he can, but those fouls, only his first one, so still better than other games, but when it rains, it pours for him with those personal fouls.
Alberta winning the rebounding matchup right now, 19-15. Seven of those 19 coming on the offensive glass. Only 5 second chance points, however, for Alberta. Cohen Deck looking for the and one to tie things back up at 39. Gets the friendly bounce. Here's Spack and Shpotkin playing give and go. Osei Bodu lets Francis blow by. Goes into the body of Ogorek. Finishes the play.
His offense has taken such a big leap throughout nationals, finding really crafty ways to get around his defender, but will never shy away from any of that contact.
Cohen Deck with a nifty move. Dollywall.
Block of this game. Alberta sitting at none. BC doing everything they can to get the extra possession.
And now look at Dollywall calling for it on the block. He finds Seva, who's trapped in the corner. Now Osei Bodu, top side, putting on a flurry of moves, trying to shake Briar Ricci. Dumps it off to Dollywall. One bounce for better position, but he gets blocked by Kasprick, who stays grounded. Francis has it top side. Kicks it to the corner. Ogorek inside looking for the dump off. Stolen by Shpotkin. Euro step, left hand, left it short. Francis has the rebound.
That was a better way to stop Shpotkin there, pushing him out a little bit more. Ogorek, so that he can't get as good of an angle with that underhand layup.
Good pick and roll, just not quick enough out of the hands of Kasprick as Spack was there to block it. Dollywall looking to do more damage inside. Loses the handle and drops it out of bounds.
Yeah, but we are seeing the confidence in Dollywall on the offensive side, calling for that ball a little bit more, knowing what he wants to achieve when he gets it in the paint. And honestly, this matchup of Dollywall and Kasprick is one to watch. It's a great one.
Talk about running away with your opportunity. Balshan Dhaliwal has been doing absolutely that over the past 2 days, ever since Mahir Julka was sidelined with that left knee injury. Deck takes the hand off, finds Thomas, back to Deck, top side, time and space, misses everything. Seva takes the pass into the front court, no good. 6 jerseys underneath the basket, fighting for space. Osei Bodu is going to head to the line. Alberta's third team foul. It'll be the first against Arseny Kasprick.
Well, in the last few minutes, Kasprick with 2 blocks, big plays from him.
Nathaniel Osei Bodu makes it a 2-possession game. 3:32 left until the halftime break. Ren Hetherington checks back in. Sam Shapakin gets a well-deserved breather. Kasprick on the top of the key. Thomas takes the handoff. Flush! Got to fight over the screens if you're British Columbia.
Yeah, absolutely. And Lucas Thomas making a big impact here scoring-wise, but BC going to have to find the answer to him.
Marcus Tyler finds Seva on the dive. That swatted away by Chase Shirley. Here's Cohen Deck the other way, working on Spack. Extra pass. Ricci can stroke it. Bottom. Alberta have the lead.
6 for 13 for Alberta from that three-point line. We know they love to use it. They've done it this entire tournament, and the shots are definitely falling for them in the second quarter.
Osei Bodu has that knocked loose by Kasprick. Ricci again on the run, and he gets cut off by Ren Hetherington. Briar Ricci, the 5'11 guard from Edmonton, is going to head to the line with a chance to extend Alberta's lead.
Ren Hetherington's second personal foul.
Alberta out of fouls to give. Timeout on the floor. Head coach David Kapinga for Alberta want to talk things over. Talk about ways that they're able to potentially extend this lead heading into the halftime break, and it's going to come down to getting back on defense and continuing to run the court, putting pressure on British Columbia's defense.
Well, absolutely. The fast break points right now are pretty tight. Alberta with 9, BC with 8, but we were looking at those second chance points. Not a ton in this first half already. BC with 7, Alberta only with 5 so far. But again, BC, they really just dominate points in the paint, 32 for them, and Alberta only 18. And I think that's definitely what the struggle was for Alberta nearing the end of the game yesterday against Quebec, is they rely on that three-point ball so much that in a tight game, which it's looking like this one could be tight until the very end, they didn't have as many ways to score that weren't predictable. But with BC, they're giving a little bit of everything here, a ton of it coming from transition. And with Shapakin, he's just hard to stop. They recognize what he's going to do. He's going to go downhill. He's going to drive to the net as hard as possible. But to not foul him is a challenge in its own, and he's just very difficult to stop.
Ricci at the line for 2. The southpaw leaves the first one short. Speaking of southpaws, did you watch any of that Clayton Kershaw and Max?
I did not.
Didn't watch any of that Blue Jay game last night?
No, I was so tough.
Understandably. I fell asleep on the couch. It's been a long 6 days, a great 6 days, mind
fantastic.
you. Some really great performances from this men's side. Cadence McLeod from Nova Scotia, a true standout. Obviously, we've highlighted the players in this game. That three-pointer off the mark. Logan Spack, Sam Shpotkin, Mikhail Francis.
Some big tournament standouts. And then following the gold medal game today for the closing ceremonies, JJ and I will be on the call with Cole Hales and Jackson Vidori, who were calling the women's side of this tournament the whole time. And it'll be a great time to kind of celebrate all the teams and highlight some of the key players across the tournament.
Cohen Deck couldn't see one through at the expiration of the shot clock. Loose ball picked up by British Columbia. Ren Hetherington has Kabir Dillon to his right. Cohen Deck takes that lane away from him. Hetherington sticks with it. Spack in the corner. 9 on the shot clock. Behind the back, baseline. Right-handed finger roll, no good. Second chance, yes. Tyler McGlisco got put in the weight room there a little bit by Logan Spack.
And that's going to be Spack's first points of the second quarter here. He's going to need a reset during this halftime break and a little pep talk from coach, because BC, to continue keeping this game competitive and hoping to pull away with the lead, they're going to need his scoring for sure in the second half of the game.
Kabir Dillon over the timeline. Finds Spack working on Francis, gets the lane, charges downhill, and Logan Spack taking over the game later in this second quarter. He was held quiet for the first few minutes. Thomas turns the corner, dumps it off. McGlisco. There's going to be a foul on the lay-in attempt from McGlisco. It's going to go on Kabir Dillon.
Alberta shooting 7 for 9 right now from the free throw line.
McGlisco ties it up and has the opportunity to give Alberta the lead back. Can't convert on the second. Sava finds Spack. They're looking for Marcus Tyler on the block. He squares up, uses glass, and gets it through, working on the smaller Ricci.
There we go, using that height advantage there for his first points of the game.
Lucas Thomas can't connect with McGlisco. Spack was running the right-hand lane. Hetherington tried to lead him to the basket. Just didn't judge the pass exactly where it needed to be to lead the man to the basket. Alberta call a timeout with a final possession before the halftime break. Coming up after this one, the gold medal match of the 15U girls side, Ontario and British Columbia going head-to-head for the top of that bracket. And then at 6 o'clock Eastern time, we will tip off Ontario and Quebec for the championship game on the 15 under men's side.
And we got some great games today, and it's awesome to see. In the game before this, it was low scoring, a very defense heavy one for the bronze medal with the girls, and bronze medal here, it's looking like offense is the way, and I can imagine it's going to be a high scoring one and a tight one that's going to be decided in the final minutes of this game.
It has a fast pace to it. And I'm wondering what kind of adjustments will be made at the half. Will they continue to push the pace and lean on what's working?
Yeah.
Or are either side going to try and slow it all down and focus on the possession by possession nature of a medal game?
Right, and I think that for BC, it's kind of hard to want to do that when you do have Shpotkin and Spack, who work so well in transition. But what I'm thinking is that yesterday, from the start of the Ontario game with BC, they had a great press, and we're not seeing too much of it now. Looks like setting up here, they might put it on a little bit, but I think the man-to-man press that they were working with yesterday was extremely effective, and maybe that could be a way to force some more turnovers for Alberta, who's sitting at 8 right now.
Offensive foul on the moving screen. So Arseny Kasprick tries a little too hard to get into the lane of the defender trailing Lucas Thomas. Turns the ball over, and now Alberta's going to make a defensive substitution. Chase Shirley and Dominic Ogorek into the game. British Columbia can add to their 2-point lead. Shpotkin turns the corner. Nothing's there. Turned over. Francis peeks at the clock. Gets it off in time. Just too strong. And at the end of 20 minutes, it's a 2-point lead for British Columbia. Sam Shpotkin dealing with another injury. He'll have to get that looked at the halftime break to come back out and be effective. Looks like it's a finger issue right now. We'll try and keep tabs on that for all of our viewers online. We'll step aside for the halftime break. More action coming your way. It's the Canadian National Basketball Championships bronze medal match live on Canada Basketball's YouTube page. Don't go anywhere. First half of this bronze medal match between Alberta and British Columbia was a back and forth one. Both teams leading multiple times right now. 47, largely in part to the three-headed monster of Sam Shapotkin, Logan Shpak, and Nathaniel Osei-Bodu. For the other side, for Alberta, it is Lucas Thomas leading all scores with 15 points as we get set for second half action. It will be Alberta ball. They are in the white uniforms, moving from right to left on your screens. British Columbia donning their red uniforms, going the other way. Again, J.J. Evison alongside Haley Hopkinson for the men's bronze medal match will step aside, giving way to Jackson Vidori and Cole Hales, who will take over for the women's gold medal game, British Columbia and Ontario there. It's a 3:45 tip-off, and then the gold medal match on the men's side will have all four of us on the call, Ontario and Quebec. Back to this one. Bronze medal on the line. Thomas and Cohen Deck playing give and go. Deck keeps, and he rings it in. The floater moving left with the right hand.
He'll hit double digits now with 10 points here, and he's definitely someone that's got that three-pointer, but to get a couple other scoring opportunities for him is important.
Osei-Bodu finds Marcus Tyler, who keeps spinning, nothing there. He kicks it out. Seva, top side, Shapotkin can't get it off before the expiration of the shot clock. And at the end of the second quarter, Sam Shapotkin was gripping his finger on his right hand. I had a quick word with him as he was coming out of the locker room, and he said it's nothing that he needs to worry about in this moment.
Yep.
Any sort of medical attention will happen after the game. He's just focused and locked in on winning a bronze medal. Meek Francis to the corner. Kai Newman bottoms a three.
Well, now he'll also hit 10 points now in yesterday's game, finishing the game with 20 points against Quebec. But Shapotkin continues to do what he does well. And with his finger, it looked like when the ball got stripped, maybe he just jammed it or something. Maybe a bruise tomorrow, but of course, Nationals ends today, so.
Thomas was at the rack, could have laid it in, tried to dump it off to McGlisco. Kind of wishes he had that opportunity back. 13
of Lucas Thomas's points came from that second quarter, having a slow one to start in the first, but continuing that pace and scoring. It's going to keep this game super competitive the entire time.
Logan Shpak turns the corner from the screen with the catch and shoot three. That's off the mark. Francis takes it over the timeline for Alberta. Thomas this time keeps it himself, doesn't get it to go, and before establishing position back in the field of play, Marcus Tyler gets two hands on the ball. McGlisco, quick work to get 2 points on the inbound play.
We're seeing his offense come to life a little bit more in this one as well. Another player hitting 10 points now in this game.
Osei-Bodu dials it from deep back iron. Newman with the rebound.
Both teams doing a good job of getting these rebounds and only allowing one shot per possession on both sides. Only 5 second point chances, or second chance points for Alberta right now, 9 for BC.
Loose ball on the ground, jump ball called. Possession arrow favoring British Columbia. McGlisco comes up, shaking off that right wrist. And we get a substitution. 2 minutes and 28 seconds into the third quarter. Arseny Kasprick into the game.
He's got his hand taped up. Was that there in the first half on the right hand? His thumb and wrist? I don't.
If it was, it didn't deter his rebounding ability or effort.
Not
Sam
at all.
Shapotkin works to the left and gets to the rack. Francis working on Spack, gets a little bit of space. Wraps it around Marcus Tyler, up and off the glass, and one opportunity. He got Logan Spack to just anticipate the continued drive to the left, was able to pull it back and wrap it around the outstretched arms of Marcus Tyler. Alberta in the lead by 4.
Francis up to 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Regardless of how much he's scoring, he's always getting those big plays like that really get his entire team all hyped up.
Mikhail Francis with the steal. Kai Newman with the finish. Alberta have found another gear. The pressure turning into a foul now. And that's going to go on Newman. First team foul for Alberta in the third quarter.
And that's going to be his first personal foul of the game. Love the intensity from Alberta to try to double team and trap right after the timeline, but of course that's the only risk with those reaching in fouls.
Shapakin takes the handoff from Seva, dances around the perimeter, finds Spack. Side iron. Couple of players fighting for position, and it's Lucas Thomas quickly ahead. The pass intended for Newman from Francis was well read by British Columbia. Osei Bodu, toe on the line. Long shot, long rebound. Thomas will settle it down for Alberta, up 6. A lot of offense going through Francis here in the third quarter. Newman pulls it out. He wants the screen from Kasprick. They leave Newman alone on the perimeter, and he sinks it.
15 points for him and Lucas Thomas right now combining for 30 of their points.
Shpotkin to the rack, no good. Kasprick finds Francis. He gives it to Cohen Deck. There's nothing working there, so they will reset it at the top. Work from left to right. Francis wants it against Shpotkin. 7 on the shot clock for Newman. BC keeping Alberta on the perimeter. Blocked shot by Shpotkin on the three-point attempt from Kai Newman. And now it's Osei Bodu working on Francis. Shpotkin steps in. No good. Cohen Deck charges down the middle of the floor. Couldn't get the hook shot to go, but gets his own rebound. Kasprick, splash! Arseny Kasprick wants in on the fun from distance. Timeout on the floor. 65-53, 12-point lead for Alberta. We'll step aside for a quick break and be back with more third quarter action. You're watching the Canadian National Basketball Championships on Canada Basketball's YouTube page. So Arseny Kasprick gets his first points on a three-point shot, having played 14 minutes of action. He's got 4 boards and an assist as well. Lucas Thomas with 15 points, 6 boards, and 5 assists. He's on the triple-double watch. Leading all scorers in the game is Sam Shpotkin, playing through a trio of injuries: quad, left elbow, and a finger. And that pass was intended for Benjamin Seva. Squeezed through his fingertips and out of bounds. Alberta ball, so not the way you want to start a possession out of a timeout.
No, definitely not. It's a great chance to kind of recollect, and it's a waste opportunity there. One thing hoping to see more of in this second half of the game is turning these offensive rebounds into more points. British Columbia right now, 8 offensive rebounds, only 9 second-point chances. And as for Alberta, sitting at 10 offensive rebounds, 8 second-point chances.
Soaring in from the outside, Kai Newman gets the offensive board. Can Alberta put points on the board from that attempt? 7 on the shot clock. Francis kicks it to Thomas. He dials it from deep and drains it.
That was deep and landed a little off center there, but you give him any space and he'll punish.
Sam Shpotkin dribbles through 3 white jerseys and takes some contact on the arm. It'll be Kai Newman. And now the pressure that Alberta's putting on British Columbia as they approach the timeline seems to be what's causing them issues here in the third quarter, Haley.
Yeah.
Another turnover. Alberta hoping to widen the gap. Newman near iron, no good. Shpotkin with another rebound. He's got 6. Into the corner, it's Hetherington. Dollywall couldn't secure the rebound, fighting for position with Kasprick.
Well, Kasprick does such a great job of boxing out and using his size, so if you're behind him trying to get those rebounds, it's difficult. So Dollywall definitely got to do a better job of trying to get in front.
Dollywall gets a defensive rebound, and Mikhail Francis reaching in for the steal gets charged for the foul. It's his first personal, Alberta's third team foul. More pressure from Alberta. Hetherington has it over the timeline. Looking back for Shpotkin, ball deflected. Osei Bodu has it in the corner. Hetherington to Spack. He squares up. Long rebound into the hands of Francis. No need to rush here for Alberta. 15-point lead. And Logan Spack fouls Lucas Thomas on the take.
That's going to be his third personal foul. Not a great situation. We saw him kind of come to life a little bit more at the end of that second quarter after having a slow start offensively, and only sitting at 14 points right now after a big 10-point first quarter. So definitely trying to find more ways for him to get more involved on the offense. It's going to be important here. Still making an impact with 4 rebounds and 2 assists, but again, those fouls.
Dollywall with another steal. Here comes Spack, traipsing down the middle of the floor. Ogorek with a rejection. Second and third chance opportunities for British Columbia, who come away with 2 points, courtesy of Balshan Dollywall.
Great job for Dollywall to get in there, but for Ogorek, had his feet planted, hoping for the charge when Spack pivoted. Ogorek didn't give up and still got that block.
Here's Francis, 10 on the shot clock. Newman on the top side. Keeps, turns the corner. Off glass, no, Osei Bodu. Turns on the Jets. Ogorek with the steal. Ogorek into the lane, up and under Dollywall. A little too much body there. So Dominic Ogorek, the 6'2 guard out of Edmonton, will go to the line for a look at 2 with Alberta up 13. Ogorek off on the first. Alberta looking to do exactly what their 15U women's squad just did. Take home a bronze medal. Quebec falling to Alberta in that bronze medal match. There's a couple of points in that fourth quarter where it looked like Quebec were going to make it a game, and then Alberta just did everything they needed to do to slow the game down, take possessions away from Quebec, and to come away with the victory.
Exactly, not letting them get that three-point shot Quebec was looking for late.
Inside, Owen Hunter-Siebert getting some run here. Coughs it up, Kai Newman. Floater from the free throw line's no good. Hunter-Siebert on the run. Gets all the way to the rack. Count the basket. Cack. They're going to call a traveling violation. Correction. And that's one of those possessions where you have to immediately forget and move on.
Yeah.
If you're Owen Hunter-Siebert.
No, absolutely. And it looks like BC losing a little bit of steam right now. Really trying to force that transition basketball, but maybe they get some benefits of trying to actually set it up and running something here.
Cohen Deck out to Francis. 10 on the shot clock. Kai Newman to the corner. Deck. Front iron. Newman pushes off on Kabir Dillon. Offensive foul. The ball turned right back over. Lucas Thomas and Chase Shirley into the game for Alberta. Thomas and Shpotkin tied at 18 points apiece to lead all scorers in the game. Thomas also has 6 boards and 5 assists. Hetherington finds Dollywall on the block, working on McGlisco. Dumps off. Hunter-Siebert finishes that one through. Again, can't say enough good things about the way Balshawn Dollywall has come in to the tail end of this tournament and contributed to positive basketball for British Columbia as Briar Ricci drains it from the corner.
You're so right. He's done a great job of keeping BC in all of these matches that they've had. Some close ones, especially coming down to the wire, by just having such a strong defensive presence here for BC. But their offense is definitely what needs to get going, and you'd think as we're coming down into the fourth quarter, they're going to have a real serious talk in these quarter breaks to figure out what needs to happen to keep this a close game.
Shpotkin rips down the rebound. Quickly ahead, Dollywall has the floor, elevates and finishes over Shirley.
9 points for Dollywall, 7 rebounds, and an assist. So not only is that defense great, but in this game he's really stepping up on the offensive side of the ball as well, which is exactly what BC needs.
He's got a block and 2 steals to go with that stat line. Great bench performance. Moving screen, Alberta turned it over. British Columbia starting to believe that they can come back and steal the lead.
You know how important these bench performances are and have been throughout nationals. We even looked at Team Ontario competing for that gold. Jalen Shepard is their top scorer, and he's the 6th man. So obviously every province bringing a very talented roster, but it's the bench players that are making a big difference.
6 seconds left. Shpotkin to the corner. Got to be aware of the sideline. Kabir Dillon catches the ball with a heel on the boundary. Alberta can inbound the ball and just bring us into the fourth quarter. Obviously, British Columbia looking for a steal and a quick 2 or 3 points. Cohen Deck to trigger. Thomas gets fouled. Kabir Dillon. Oh, correction. The clock didn't start on the catch, it appears. The official at the timeline blew the whistle and appeared to make a signal for the reach-in.
Got 0.1 on the clock right now, wondering how much they may put on.
The officials come together. We'll wait to get word from our public address announcer. They put 1.5 on the game clock. So must just have been a game clock malfunction. Alberta ball past the timeline. Again, Cohen deck to trigger. Really only have time for a catch and shoot. McGlisco gets it off, but it's behind the net. 72-61, Alberta ahead. 10 minutes left in regulation. Don't go anywhere. We've got fourth quarter action coming your way in the bronze medal match of the Canadian National Men's 15 Under Basketball Championships, live on Canada Basketball's YouTube page. Alberta inching towards the same result against British Columbia that they had on day 2 of this competition, where they won 90-86. And we remind you that in that game, Mikhail Francis put up 30 points, 9 boards, and 2 steals. Logan Spack, 38 points, 4 boards, and 3 steals. Nobody close to the 30-point mark in this game, but quite a battle for the bronze medal. 10 minutes left in regulation. Happy you've joined us here on this Saturday. J.J. Evison, Haley Hopkinson, live from the Ontario Tech University Gymnasium. It's been a great week, a long week, but an unbelievable week of basketball here. Many dominant performances on both the men's and women's side. Next week, it's the Canada Games out on the Rock, the 17 Under basketball tournament, which would typically take place the same week as the 15 Unders gets going for the Canada Games out there. First shot off the mark from Alberta. Hunter Siebert has it over the timeline, finds Spack, top side, walks into a 3 calmly, and it's shooting practice for Logan Spack.
That's a great sign from Spack here to start off the fourth quarter strong. We're seeing his kind of elevated performances come at the end of these quarters, but it's important for all of BC to get on the same page right now and work together to get back and out of this deficit.
Mikhail Francis with the response on the inside. Nice pass on the cutter. Spack again, off the iron. Saved by Kasprick. Newman pushes the pace. Hands it off to Francis. Kasprick comes to set the screen. Francis gets to the second level, reaches out and lays it in. 4-0 run for Mikhail Francis. It's a 12-point game. Sam Shapotkin now directing traffic. Gets to the elbow, elevates, can't sink it. Cohen Deck has it. To the corner, Newman attacking the paint. Fouls called on the initial shot attempt, so Kai Newman has free throws upcoming.
Kai Newman right now sitting with 5 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's having a fantastic game so far. still Lucas Thomas leading Alberta with 18 points. The rebounding battle between these two is still very, very close. Alberta with 39, BC with 36. Little less ball movement, though, from BC. 9 assists on 29 made field goals. And as for Alberta, moving the ball a ton, 20 assists on 27 field goals. So
two different types of offense.
Yeah, definitely. BC pushing a lot of that transition, but as Alberta's kind of figured out how to guard them and what to do, they're slowing them down definitely. So maybe a little more ball movement from BC could do them some wonders in this fourth quarter.
Alberta's back on the offensive, and now they are not allowing Meek Francis to get the ball. He dribbles it out of bounds, so they're really preventing Francis from getting a clean catch around the perimeter. Is that going to be enough?
Well, I think trying to strip the ball from him as much as possible. Meek Francis is all over this game, 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. So if he's not scoring, he's doing a great job facilitating. So every time the ball's in his hands, it's a dangerous situation.
Shapotkin got caught in no man's land under the basket. Couldn't reverse that in. Francis has it, kicks it to the corner. Newman feet set. Before the shot came out of his hands, Francis was running back on defense.
That's the confidence this Alberta team has, not only in themselves, but in one another.
Another for Shapotkin. Ricci keeps it alive, but turns it over, and it's an odd man rush for British Columbia, who don't take advantage. Well, Spack turns the corner and lays it in. Alberta can't have many more possessions like that.
No, and quickly Spack at 19 points, so he's definitely going to be the one to kind of push this offense to try to close this gap for BC in the fourth quarter. Difficult task, but he's done it before, and we know that this is a matchup that favors him.
Cohen Deck wins the one-on-one matchup with Sam Shapotkin. With the amount of basketball that Shapotkin's played this week, you can forgive him for gasping for air here in the fourth quarter. Deck sees McGlisco, perfect pass. Hetherington meets him at the summit and rejects him.
Wow, Ren Hetherington, 6'2", from Vancouver, and doesn't have the height advantage in that one, but timed it perfectly.
There was a lot of contact. The bodies colliding. It was a clean swipe on the ball. And I love that in a medal game where the officials just let them play it out. It's going to have to be an egregious foul for a whistle to go off here, you'd think.
Definitely.
Thomas finds McGlisco up and under. He got hit on the head. Shapotkin was reaching for the ball. It's his second.
McGlisco with 10 points, 6 rebounds. Keep an eye out for him on double-double watch. We know that taking away these possessions and any chance of some second attempts for BC is going to be key here.
Backcourt violation by Alberta. The strip from Ricci from behind changed the possession. And then the receiver of that strip gave it to McGlisco in the backcourt. So it was a very quick play. Not sure players would have recognized it as a backcourt. Oh. Getting to the basket, Osei Bodu. Haven't seen much of him offensively since that first quarter. Alberta just plenty of numbers in the front court. Newman settles it down. Loose ball knocked out of bounds by Hetherington, and British Columbia's defense just looks a little out of sync right now.
No, I think the pressure here with the deficit they're in and the clock winding down a little bit, maybe getting the best of their nerves right now, but taking advantage of Alberta calling a timeout here. Everyone just needs to remain on the same page and stay composed, do their best to battle back here.
15 points, the deficit that British Columbia faced, 5:38 left. And really that third quarter is the story of this game so far. Alberta beating British Columbia by 13 points, holding them to just 12 through those 10 minutes. Kai Newman now the leading scorer with 20. How about this for a free throw disparity? British Columbia have only been to the free throw line 4 times. Alberta, 18 attempts from the charity stripe. The physicality for British Columbia down low and attacking the basket hasn't really been what it needs to be. They're looking for the extra pass instead of going up strong. A few of those takes by Sam Shapotkin where he leans into the defender as well to try and create separation, just knocks him off his balance a little bit.
Yeah.
Deck into the corner. Thomas, 3 is good.
Just like that, that'll make him the leading scorer in this entire game. 21 points for him.
Dollywall with the catch. Up top, rejected. Technical foul called. Sean Dollywall picks up the tee. Unimpressed with the lack of call on the take. And you simply can't do that in this scenario. So he heads to the bench. Marcus Tyler into the game. Lucas Thomas drains the technical free throw, and it will be Alberta ball on the baseline, sideline, I should say. Francis has it in front of the BC bench. Thomas resetting at the top. Asprick, who uses the glass to make it a 21-point lead for Alberta.
Ever since that technical foul there, Francis had a big smile on his face, having a good time with Cohen Deck, and Alberta definitely in good spirits right now. But, of course, 40-minute game, it's never over here, and with SPAC getting easy buckets like that, this could change at any minute.
Francis shakes SPAC. The pass to the corner, swallowed up by Osei Bodu. More defensive possessions like that are what's needed to keep British Columbia in the game. Logan Spack from distance. Thomas content to just dribble it until somebody comes up to him. He gets the angle and the step on Osei Bodu, but misses the lay-in. Shpotkin into trouble. Keeps the dribble alive. End-to-end for Sam Shpotkin after nearly losing it at the timeline. Sticks with it. 14-point game. Turnover. Shpotkin's got Spack. Spack, one bounce. Foul called on the floor first against Alberta at the 3:41 mark of the fourth quarter.
Well, BC looking to find a little bit of a new life here on offense. As long as they don't let this kind of frustrations get to them of the deficit here. 3:40 left on the clock. There could be a big run here. We know that they're really strong in that transition basketball. And some quick buckets could change this game.
Osei Bodu finds Hetherington. Shots up, and it falls for Ren Hetherington. All of a sudden, 11-point game, plenty of time. Kai Newman goes from side to side. We'll settle it down at the top. 8 on the shot clock. Deck to the corner. Newman, floater from the baseline, no good. Kasperick couldn't clutch it. British Columbia ball.
We're seeing Alberta put on a little extra pressure here. You can tell Alberta kind of feels the shift in this game as well, that there is a very strong possibility of a little comeback.
Pack was fading in when he should have been going to the corner. Gets Francis in the air. Feeds Tyler, looking for Osei Bodu, turned over. Those are the instances where you want Logan Spack to take the ball by himself. Get to the rack or create space and put that shot up from distance.
Absolutely. Also, BC had numbers when Chapotkin was bringing it into the paint. So kind of not recognizing a couple of those crucial moments that could have turned out. And then, of course, you get hit with that. So.
Francis with what could be the dagger. And then he gets teed up for a rather calm celebration. But in this national championships, it's always about respect for the other team. It looked like he was giving it in the direction of the defender, but in fact he was just celebrating on his own. Regardless, back to the line for the technical free throw, and possession will go to British Columbia. 2:23 left. And British Columbia call a timeout. Down 92-78, 2:23 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Well, Alberta obviously looking to hold on to their strong lead right now. It really all came from that third quarter, outscoring BC 25-12. So a strong performance for Alberta coming out of that halftime is definitely the reason BC's in this deficit right now. Of course, performances from Logan Spack in the beginning of this fourth quarter is giving them the hope they need right now, but just a little more than 2 minutes left on the clock here. It's not just about getting those kind of quick buckets for BC. It's about not letting Alberta get open looks, especially around the perimeter, with the strong shooting that they do have in this outing, shooting 15 for 35 around the perimeter. So can't give them any space anywhere on the court. So a difficult challenge here, but BC definitely has that strong performance in them, and we'll see if they can pull it out in the most important moments for them here in Nationals.
It will be Chapotkin, Hedrington, Spack, Osei Bodu, and Marcus Tyler on the floor for the team from British Columbia. Kai Newman, Cohen Deck, Lucas Thomas, Mikhail Francis, and Arseny Kasperick for Alberta. Spack has it. Hedrington gets into the lane, kicks it to Osei Bodu. He lets Francis blow by, steps in, mid-range, no.
I like the pressure here from BC. They're definitely going to, while staying disciplined, need to put a ton of pressure on that ball, not letting them take too much time off the clock in their possessions.
Osei Bodu slacked off of the double team on the far side, didn't get up in Thomas's grill on the near side. Francis, that's off the mark. Chapotkin secures the loose ball. Kai Newman with the strip and the lane. Spack comes in with a good contest. No foul, and changes the trajectory. Osei Bodu had Hedrington in the corner, but Cohen Deck did a good job of reading the only passing lane there was available. Now they want to send two to the ball. Here comes Osei Bodu. Francis turns the corner, kicks it in. Kasperick alone on the inside. And that surely is the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, absolutely great recognition from Alberta here. That even though the double team BC was trying to put on Francis wasn't successful, getting a little bit too late to it, doing a great job of recognizing who's open and who's in the paint for some easy, quick buckets, and it looks like a hockey substitution here, and Alberta's clearing the bench.
Absolutely. Shepard Schindel, Chase Shirley, Dominic Ogorek, Ciel Taylor, and Jessica Kuba all in for the waning minutes of the bronze medal match, and it's just a matter of time now before Alberta celebrate that victory. Sam Shapotkin, in the meantime, continues to add to his total. He's got 22 points to go with 10 rebounds and 3 assists. So you called it. The player of the game for British Columbia was Shapotkin. The dump off inside. Taylor blocked by Spack.
Well, we saw yesterday kind of that three-point ball working against Alberta at the end of their match against Quebec, where they needed more than that. They needed quick buckets, and they couldn't find the opening. But today, shooting a crazy 15 for 36, 41% from the perimeter for Alberta. It only worked in their favor. And despite Shapotkin doing a great job of getting some easy, quick buckets in the beginning.
Logan Spack called for the technical foul, hanging on the rim. The rules are the rules, regardless of the time and score.
Can't hang on that rim, but we've seen him have some very impressive dunks. He'll definitely have a great highlight tape after this one.
Every starter for Alberta in double digits in scoring. How about these numbers as well? Lucas Thomas, 22 points, 7 boards, 7 assists. Cohen Deck, 12 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. Kai Newman, 20 points on 43% from the field, 5 boards, 2 steals. Mikhail Francis, 15 points, 6 boards, 8 assists, 4 steals. And when you have a starting lineup that can combine for those types of numbers, it's awful hard to stop. Nice lay-in for Kabir Dillon. Alberta will break the timeline. Should just dribble it out here. Ogarek has it, picked up the double team. British Columbia commit a foul. Out of fouls to give, so Dominic Ogarek will go to the line for his 2 shots.
Ogarek had a really great performance in this one as well, kind of bringing a defensive spark to the game when Alberta needed to kind of pull away with the lead. So you should definitely be proud of his performance today as well. And it was great for a medal game. We had a really close first half. And Alberta doing a great job matching the girls. So both Alberta teams going to walk away with a bronze medal today. Great accomplishments for both of them. And we know that their U17s have a very strong team as well. So 2 more Alberta teams hoping to medal.
Spack uses the glass to get 3 more points for British Columbia. And that will do it. 95-86 your final. Alberta celebrate their bronze medal victory and take down British Columbia for the 2nd time in this national championships tournament.
Well, again, couldn't be happier to have a very competitive game at the beginning, but Alberta just absolutely showing their dominance, shooting 42% from the field goal range and 41 from the 3-point line. Out-rebounded them 48-43. BC put up a fantastic fight. Definitely a ton of young talent, and when all these guys reach the next U17 level, it's going to be very competitive teams, and hopefully we'll see some of them in the gold medal matches next year as well.
That's going to wrap it up for the 15U men's bronze medal game. The women's gold medal game coming up at 3:45. Jackson Vidori, Cole Hales on the call there. We're going to step aside for that game and be back for Ontario and Quebec in the men's final tip-off. 6 o'clock on Canada Basketball's YouTube page. Enjoy the women's gold medal match. Ontario taking on British Columbia to see who will lift the first championship trophy. Stay locked in on Canada Basketball's YouTube page.